Welcome. Alright. This is really early? Yeah. Welcome to stream. I just pulled up chat. Ooh. Um, yeah. What's the title of the stream? I literally just made it up. I said I said um prepare your art for a better today. Very, very valid. Prepare yourself for a better today. I think I'll actually want to like revisit a lot of like these titles and actually make like a solid YouTube video on like the topics and stuff. But yeah. Welcome to stream, Tala. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, all of the above. It's morning somewhere, so good morning. mm. I wonder if I should start like um I have no clue what I'm drawing today. Um I think I'm just gonna like explore this idea that I was playing with in my head, like this concept of a story that I could actually do for the last week of the challenge. But other than that, I just have work. Um, After that, I have to edit a video because today is what, Tuesday, and I have to finish editing that video for tomorrow's post. And then I also need to make the rest of the posts that go along with it. So yeah, that I guess that. All that jazz. All that jazz. So like for the one shot idea, I like, first of all, how's your day? How you doing? You know? I'm good. I'm alive. I'm breathing. Like I really can't complain, you know? I have like noticed how much meat I've been eating lately. So I've been feeling the fatigue, which is like crazy how much like I'm starting to notice the changes in my body and everything. So um I'm not going on another fast, but I'm going to try to like cut down on my consumption. Um but other than that, I feel good. I'm alive. Um I'm drawing, making art, and streaming. So life is nice. Yeah, tight, tight. You ate meat? Yeah, yeah. I've been eating meat for like a good week and a half, 2 weeks, low key. Cause one, I've been so exhausted coming home from work, and like I folded a few times, but you know how like meat is like heavier and it makes you like more sluggish. It just makes me more tired. So like I really don't want to like do anything else. So yeah. So now I'm just kind of sitting in that processed meat shit. Feel me? And now I have to like work it off. It takes your body a good 21 days to really get rid of the material from it. So I am going to be sluggish for a little bit, but at least I'll be home a little bit longer or a little bit more soon, so I could really work it off. It's like it's weird too, cause like I recognize in my body that I don't have to eat, cause it's not all the time that like you don't have to eat 3 meals a day, like that's like a myth. But what I notice is like the craving that's still left there. It's like, and it's not even like a good craving for real. It's almost like when you like sit down and you listen to your body and you're like, oh, I'm craving sugar right now. Oh, that probably means that I just need like higher glucose, or like I just need more energy within my body. So then you go for like fruits. You go for a fruit and then it re-energizes you. Similar to like how someone might crave chocolate, they need magnesium in their body. But the craving for just to eat in general more so comes from the idea of the ritual itself, because like imagine that, like as a person um you're eating a pointless meal every single day, like at least one pointless meal every single day, and to cut it off dry is like, okay, yeah. But then you come back and you're like, yeah, let me dabble back in it, and then you forget how addictive it is. How addictive that system is, and how it really traps you. But yeah, I'll but I'm alright though. I'll be alright. Ain't nothing crazy. I just need to pay, like, not even just paying attention to my body more, but like more so just making sure that I don't act on like impulsive decisions, because it's very quick that I'll be like, "Ooh, let me eat." Let me eat like a little bit. You feel me? Like, nah. I need to like see what I'm doing and just pull back. because I don't need it. I don't need it. I felt better without it. Yes. Nah, but yeah, the topic of the stream is prepare your art for a better today. Originally, I was gonna name it, prepare your art for a better tomorrow, or just prepare for a better tomorrow. But then I was like, no, like, tomorrow's never really guaranteed. The only thing that's really guaranteed is, like, today. So, like, if you really think about it, tomorrow is just a concept always. Like, you will never get to tomorrow. I heard if you take away sugars from your diet from for a month, you no longer get the enjoyment. Nah, facts. Literally, like when right now I don't like sugars that much. In the past few days, I kind of did dabble in like some cookies and key lime, some like key lime pie, but it's not often that I really like it. Cause like even when I do have the processed sugars, it leaves a terrible taste in my mouth. It leaves a terrible taste in my mouth because it doesn't feel real. And I find more enjoyment in the taste when it comes from like a fruit or something. Like that really hits. Oh my gosh, that really hits. You get like a nice juicy fruit. Come on. That that will send you like ooh, you feel me? You get a strawberry, some grapefruit, some kiwi, um, some other fruits and stuff, blueberries, and each one of them just like hit your taste buds differently. It's like, yeah, okay, I like that. That is like a very satisfying taste. Yeah, because that's the thing with sugar. It's like I have that belief that you should only get your sugars from you should only get your sugars from things that naturally produce it in abundance, like fruits. If you really want something sugary, sugar cane. There's no reason for you to like get sugar from anything else. Like even like in baking, you really don't need sugar. It's just prescribed as sugar because of how society like kind of shapes itself, you know. Now the now is the present figuratively and metaphorically. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not yet, facts. Not yet. Like prepare for a better today and all that jazz, you know. Um there's so much that we are told that we need to be concerned about, and it's all things that like are just in the range of, oh, we need to pay attention to this thing, and it's not really that big of a deal because it's not here yet type of feeling. And it keeps you in this limbo state of stress. And when you realize you're in that limbo state of stress, it's kind of like, I wouldn't even say too late, but it's kind of like, damn, like, what do you do now? But when you really just prepare your today, like, when you prepare yourself for today, you just do everything like in your now, in your ability now to just make sure that you're good and you don't have to deal with like the stresses of like whatever thing will come up. It's like if you know you have to prepare something like a school project or something for the weekend, and you're sitting here today and you're like, I could start that, or I could start it tomorrow. A great Lego figure once said, don't put off what can be done today that can be done tomorrow. Because if the task can get done, just do it. Honestly. Conserve your energy too. Like if you know it's gonna be like one of those like tedious projects, then break up your energy if you have to. If you know you can get through all of it, get through all of it. But never assume that you have a guarantee tomorrow to do something, because there's always going to be something that comes up. Always going to be something that comes up. I have no clue what I'm drawing. I think I'm gonna let my brain explore different ideas and concepts and stuff. I'm actually gonna draw Maharaga because I'm thinking about Maharaga. Maharaga! Lemon Boy. Lemon Boy is crazy. The Divergent Sealer. Maharaga. The eight-handled sword or something. I don't know if I forgot his full title. Yeah, JJK is one of my favorite animes, manga, and animes. Do you have any mangas that inspire your art style? Um, Back in the day, I was like heavily inspired by Attack on Titan. Um, heavily. I wouldn't even say I was heavily inspired by Attack on Titan. Because as soon as I started drawing, I kind of like knew my style was gonna be different. Like there's no real art style that really like pulled me in one direction. My art style is kind of like developed on its own, but ones that influence my philosophy, um Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen now, um Tokyo Ghoul, Death Note. Yeah, like there's a few that influence like how I go about story writing. Like I find more influence through those mediums rather than or through I find more influence from the mediums through philosophy rather than the actual art style. Because the art style itself I knew was gonna like I always wanted it to be different, you know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. I'm actually gonna move this to a different page. Which do you think is the most important step in making a story? Which manga inspiration do you think was my most like a important step, or do you mean like I'm assuming that you mean just like an important process on the manga itself. Um, hmm. I don't really think any particular step is more important than the other because every piece of it really is inspired by everything else. I'll say like the story, one of the most important pieces, but I can't say it's the most important because the story is influenced by a lot of other factors as well. Like without without the blueprint of a story, you can't have the storyboard. Without the storyboard, you can't really have the inspiration to change the story itself. Without without the actual process of you like drawing like the next uh phase or step, you won't know what you need to do for the story in general to progress after that if you want to continue. Like there's like so many factors that kind of like interweave in itself, so I really can't choose. That was a long explanation for me to say I don't know, really. So I feel like for me personally, for making a manga specifically, I always I'll say this: the way that I do my process, I always start out with just drawing randomly. I'll draw a random character. I'll draw random scenarios. I'll pull together philosophies and stuff for the characters that I just randomly draw and then tie them into the story. Even though they probably had no place in the story, I'll make a place for them. And I think that's my favorite part, that I could just do that. Nah, yeah, yeah, literally, like you kind of like fake it till you make it, honestly. Um, because there's a lot of inspiration that comes along the way, and then your art style is like your art style. So however you do build the story on a moment to moment solely depends on you. And depending on your favorite part is how much time you really like focus on that aspect, and that's what will shine when it comes to the overall story that you tell. And like one of the biggest things about being an artist, or being not being an artist but being a mangaka specifically, is that you have like a certain baseline of skill, but you could always find out that, oh yeah, they might have a baseline of skill where they can draw enough to get past, but they have a certain obsession about the story that makes them like go to the next level. Like think I'll just talk about like the animes I listed off earlier, or the mangas that I listed off earlier, like JJK, Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man. Like look, Tokyo Ghoul. You look at these certain fixations about their stories. Uh, Chainsaw Man has a very heavy focus on character dynamic. How do you feel within a given moment? It will have you linger on certain panels, certain pages, just to sell a feeling. And once that feeling is sold, it's like, okay, bet, let's kill this character. And now you're like, why do I feel so attached to a character that I just met 2 seconds ago? But it's because we were just shown like these characters bonding in like the most wholesome way, and it feels very similar to life, and very similar to how someone can come into your life abruptly and leave abruptly as well. Very sad, but it's very true. And then same thing with well, actually not the same thing. When you look at different mediums, like even JJK has a more technical understanding of what's going on in their story, and it has a very philosophically and culturally deep tonality to it. where everything has like its own cultural meaning, everything has its own um everything has a meaning in JJK. Like nothing is just placed there for no reason. And then you look at Death Note. There's a lot of psychological battles. There's a lot of things that you just have to, you know, look at and think about, and you're like, oh, how is Light gonna do this? Or oh, I know he's gonna live, right? Wrong. Oh yeah, like there's so much. So it's more so about finding what obsession you have with your story and then seeing how you could bring that out. Like I'll spoil it for like my story personally. Um for my story personally, I really have like a focus on the idea of hope core. Hope core. Like I really have hope for humanity, but I have a focus on cycles. Like I really do believe in cycles. Things work in cycles. And just because you don't see the fruits of your labor now doesn't mean the fruits won't show up later. It's almost like the generations and generations that might have either suffered, been oppressed, or um conquered and did whatever evil or whatever good, their fruits will be um eaten by the future generation. And with that being said, the cycle will continue based on what they're given. So yeah, my story is like a cautionary tale of be careful what you like, what you uphold within yourself. As much as it is a cautionary tale, it is also a very telling tale of you can actually build a future that you want for yourself. You just need to like put in the work and put in the time and energy and not be attached to the outcome more than the actual process itself. So yeah, find your obsession in your soul is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Yap of death. What's a character dynamic you enjoy? Um, hmm, that I enjoy. Hmm. I love romance. I love romance. I like the I like the misalignment that you can have when it comes to love, you know? Like two people could be so infatuated with each other but for different reasons. And I value the type of um things you can learn from a person. You can learn so much from a person. And when I mean love, I don't just mean like I said romance, but I mean love in the way where you allow yourself to be rebuilt by the things that you learned by from another person. And in those moments you realize that you and this person that you're talking to are not the same. And it requires you to rebuild your sense of self, to rebuild your sense of understanding of what the world is. And yeah, and then the same thing for them. they rebuild their understanding of the world every time they talk to you. Like, I always love that dynamic of communication. Um, because one, I'm personally a very communicative person, and I like uh hearing different perspective. I like talking to people with different perspective than my own. Um, so I love seeing that dynamic, like, within stories. Like, what is a character going to do, like, with this person? How are they going to react? Because me as a viewer, I could either not know, I can know as much as the character, or I can know that every one of these characters have a certain worldview pushed by a certain background of living, and that they probably would work out if they just sat down and, like, communicated. And I always loved, like, seeing what would happen with a lot of those relationships. Because if you really think about it, if you really took away the structures of life that are, a lot of these people would be friends. um yeah. How about you? Peak cinema. Nah, literally. Peak. How about yourself? What's the dynamic that you enjoy? My favorite character dynamic is found family. Found family. Explain that with found family. I really could have just used Google, actually. I really could have just used Google. Found family. Let me search it up. Um. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's literally in the meaning. It's literally in the name. Found family. Nah, I love that. Yeah. Okay, like, from they form in different places, different struggles to find each other. Yeah. I really love that too. I guess that's kind of similar to what I was kind of talking about. Yeah. Yeah, because it's not just romance that I like. It's it's the fact that you can, like, find similar people even though that they're different. I kind Yeah, I admire that. I admire that because my life is already full of that. Like, I meet so many cool people on a day to day, so it's like, damn. if I see that in a story, I'm like instantly gravitating towards it more than anything else. Like, yeah. Which would be better, more limbs or wings? Wings. What? I love to fly. It's not my chosen power, but like I would love to experience the skies. If a genie gave me a wish for that same question, or if a genie gave me a wish, I'm choosing something completely different. Money. What would I wish for from a genie? Obviously, all the loopholes and all that jazz. I would have to make it like very specific, but I would love to make a place for people. You know, like I want people to be aware of their most critical thought. Like, if they're able to critically think beyond the systems that they're in and then make a path for themselves and others to get out of whatever negative system that they're staying in. That would be like one of my wishes. The other two wishes, I have no clue. How about you? Good like I guess also like building a place for people, like a sanctuary or something. I don't know. I wish the world was solar punk, clean and green energy around. You know, everyone doesn't have to worry about working ever again, or like working for capitalism ever again, or working for like no reason ever again. Really, what it is. Work for necessity's sake. Build enough. Build a community enough for you to know your neighbor and have your part and stake in the building of something and the nourishment of something, but not so much to the point where you forego your entire lifetime for people that wouldn't even care to know who you are, you know? You'd give everyone an extra leg just cuz. Oh, so you are talking about that. Okay. Why? Why an extra leg? I'd give people wings. Unless they lose all their other like limbs. I guess an extra leg or an extra arm or tail. The tail would be better. Imagine we were walking around with tails and shit. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Where are my hands? One thing I am preparing for, like, in this story, so like what I'm starting to, I need to get more comfortable with drawing from visualization's sake, because again, in my head I have moving images, like they don't stay like the same, but I'm trying to like prepare my brain to like do this, do all of this. Like, yeah, I was looking at a reference book, but I want to be able to now that I'm able to like recognize the structure of uh of a person, and recognize the structure of something and replicate it and do it in my own style. I just need to be able to like visualize something and properly conduct how I want it to like be set. Because a lot of the time when I'm making my art, I just let it go free range and whatever I see will appear. But now I need to be able to see the vision first and then put it out, you know? Um it shouldn't be too hard though, honestly. 'Cause I'm a pretty quick learner, but now that's just a new challenge. Um Alright, you already know what I'm gonna do. Copy and paste something else, baby. Hell yeah. I think we can do this one. Boop, boop. Debauchery. Debauchery. Something. Actually, it's not that bad. Just from like that rough little thing. Oops. I like giant hand. I like the giant hands. They look like their hand damn handling person careful type. Yeah, that's kind of what like I felt like it gave to. Yeah. That's kind of what it gives. Like I'm wondering what this character means, what he does, or what they do. I don't know. I don't even know their gender for real. Like, they don't really have like a very yeah. Yeah. I'm just figuring stuff out. Honestly, this might be the character I have for the one shot. You know, this might be the character. You might run with this. Helping hand. Maybe that's the title. I don't know. Now let's travel to the screen tones of it all. Boop. Boop. I'm like really thinking like I'm so glad I grew up in this digital age and I'm able to do my manga on digital because honestly, I enjoy the process of making a manga and the process of like drawing and everything, but oh my gosh, I would hate to make a well, I wouldn't hate. I would probably still do it. But making a manga like traditionally, oh my gosh. Just the screen tone section alone would give me like anxiety. Cause like what do you mean I have to place down a sticky sheet of screen tone and then cut it and carve it out carefully? What? It's nerve wracking. Again, I don't even know like how in depth the process is, like what it's like to do so, but you know, fear or whatever. Yeah, nah, facts. If I say it's like the one of the best things about living in this point in time is the fact that we don't have to deal with like miss the no, we have to deal with misinformation, but we don't have to deal with like the seclusion of the past. Because if you think about like the amount of artists and people that like had their entire um wants in life just get squandered just because they don't have like the environment that curates that type of creativity or that type of person that they want to be. It's kind of sad. Not kind of, it is sad. It is sad when you don't have that environment to like really feel yourself. I had this conversation with my dad actually, like, we're talking about how we're talking about how you can have a great idea, a wonderful idea that you know is possible and you can definitely do, but the sheer fact 10 people just told you like, oh no, you can't, it then like discerns you. Like depending on the person, they might like keep on pushing forward, but a lot of the time people will like forego their entire idea because they're like, oh yeah, this person's right. Maybe it is dumb. Maybe I can't do it. But now we have the internet and we have like this type of interconnectivity where we're like, oh, 10 people in front of my face told me no, but 1,000 people online just told me yes compared to the no's that I just heard. And now you're like, nah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna forge my own path. It's a beautiful thing. But then it also comes like the terrors of today. Like what we have to deal with is the deconstruction of the systems that kind of destroyed us, you know? And having to deal with that like front and center. on top of the other issues that our previous generations had to deal with as well. It was not an easy it's not an easy time to live in, but it's a better one, I guess. Strive for the future and all that jazz. Oh wait, what am I doing? I could just oh. Ooh. Oh wait, no I can't. Slow moment. I didn't color this. Or did I? No, I didn't. It was the white background that I did. Hello, welcome to the stream. French Bulldog. I have no clue. I'm just drawing. I'm just drawing something. I don't know. Honestly, I'm doing my practice drawing from like making my manga and comic. But yeah, I just made this random character, and I think I'm going to make it's a one-off, one-shot story of it as well. So I guess I'm doing practice for that too. But yeah, how's your day? How's your morning? How's everything going so far? You feel me? I hope all is well. No, 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 no. Okay, so now gotta do his hair. That is cool. It's very ambitious and inspiring. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm doing stuff, you know. I'm creating. I really just want to push this idea and message in a unique way, and yeah, all that jazz. I need to erase some of this. What programs, apps do you use? I use Clip Studio Paint. Yeah, I mainly use Clip Studio Paint, but I create art on a lot of other platforms. Um, yeah. Oh, you think you're gonna turn? All right, no problem, bro. Safety, love, and prosperity. Peace, love, and prosperity. Have fun in class. Go to sleep. Get your hours of rest. It's actually 44. I have like 10 minutes left on the stream. Or yeah. Thank you, thank you. Bye. Have a good one, Tyler. Um, did I use Krita? What is Krita? Is that a different drawing platform? Nah, I don't. If so, I don't use it. I do not use that. The only drawing platform I've ever used was either Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint. My go-to goats. The amount of layers I have, like pointless layers too. Like I really didn't have to make all these. Bombo. I'm a beginner, so and I use Krita. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. How long you been making art? It's a professional free program with and Blender 4.3, which I use. Oh, you use Blender as well? Or you could draw on Blender, right? Yeah, you can. I just mainly use it for like the 3D models. And let me see something. Multiply. Drawing, animation, illustration. Yeah, same. I dabble in many forms of art. I make music. I draw, paint, um, photography, videography, film, creative directing. I think I'm missing stuff. I think I'm missing stuff. Graphic design. Yeah, to be an artist, you know. Yeah, I think I like this. This is nice. Maharaga. All right, next. I have 10 minutes. I'm just gonna draw something random. Let's see what's up. Ooh, wrong thing. Hold up. I have no clue what this is. See, I just make stuff around here. Yeah, that's the thing, the visualization. Whenever I try to like visualize something, it changes in my head because at first I was like, oh, like he's looking this way, but now I'm like, nah, he's looking that way, which is fine. Which is fine. To be an artist, all that does. To change your mind. I tend to get sometimes overwhelmed with these programs, many brushes, functions, and programming. Not facts, but you have to think of it like this. It's similar to traditional. I personally like working with traditional more because like I could feel the paper and you can like really be in tune with like what you're creating. But for digital, it makes it easier in the fact that I don't actually need 20 other pens to do a particular thing, you know? Like now I just have the one pen and I can cycle through those. And like once you get comfortable enough with just using the basics, searching up a tutorial on YouTube, being like, oh, to do another specific thing allows you the opportunity to explore, find new things that you could do and new avenues other than what you searched for. But on top of what you searched for, you can now expand your library of understanding. You know, I think that's the benefit of it. Yeah, traditional like it feels so nice. Like I have a similar sense when it comes to just creating in general because like even me going down like a lot of my artistic paths was for the practicality of me being able to touch every single feeling of the art world, like the music and stuff. Like if you listen to like the music in the background right now, that those are beats that I made. But I made those beats solely for the reason of wanting to put them in a music video, or not a music video, in the background of my YouTube videos. And then I started getting back into music, or I started like getting into music. And it's the same thing for like my art. Like I got these tools for the sake of doing a particular thing, but then I started using it for other branches and avenues, and it allowed me to learn more about visual effects, about auditory effects, about thought processes and philosophies on the mind. And yeah, everything was like so interconnected. Alright, I'm going back to the all-star piece of the day. But I will be ending stream though. Start getting ready and all that jazz. Let me see. Soapy. I remember. But your timing. I'm about to end stream again. I'm about to end stream again. Don't worry. I'm gonna be streaming longer in the future and everything. Yeah. But welcome back. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a wonderful day, wonderful morning, afternoon, or night. I have no clue, but it's morning somewhere, so what's up? Not type, yeah. Not next week. Around next week, I'll be streaming like longer, so you'll be good. Oh my. Ah yes, exquisite. Exquisite. Alright, but for sure, by the end, thank you all for joining the stream. This is what we got done today. You are multi-talented. I don't have an ear for music. Okay, before I end stream, let me just yap one more time. um, Not yet. Like I think, I believe everyone in their own right is a multi-talented artist. It's just a choice of what you obsess over, honestly. Like I I personally I personally obsess more over I obsess more over the philosophy of something rather than the actual medium itself. Like a lot of people will love music down, or they'll love drawing down, or they love photography or whatever art form. Me personally, I don't care what art form I have, as long as I'm able to create and push forward the idea upholding goodness or righteousness, or allowing critical thought in everyone's day to day, I don't care what medium I have. I'm gonna be able to tell that story. So, but yeah, that's the end of my app session. But I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Peace, love, and prosperity amongst you all. Thank you for joining stream. Thank you for joining back stream. Um, like, comment, subscribe. Join the Discord. Check out my other stuff. Description. Blah blah blah. Yep. Yeah. All that jazz. Safety.